We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Coleman. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now Gino on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
19 tight.
Here's Smith. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around. Yeah. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Geno down to throw. Flushed out right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. There he goes right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Pickett now on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Pickett to throw on first down. Finds his man on the out route. It's Shenault. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Pickett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll throw again with Pickett. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Panthers. Laviska Shenault, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
79 Broncos.
On first down, Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Xavier Woods with a pick, and the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. He sets to fire deep, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw went a little too far, brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty.
Starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. To throw is Smith. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Seahawks at 8-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 10, Smith again. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Gino. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 36. Walker now on 1st and 10. Pretty nice aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 46 yards on the ground for him so far.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 7 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Tight, 19 tight.
On 4th down, Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return. As this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Pickett back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this. So Carolina keeps the ball. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
After the interception, here's Smith. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off play action, Pickett. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Fields this way up at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Smith on third down. He'll buy some time right. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. And now here's another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Here's Pickett. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the first down sack. Pickett. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. And third down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. And sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
A lot of time. Touchdown! DJ Moore. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 76 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 40 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Myers counts on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Pickett. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers spot, he had that eyed down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Pickett now on 1st down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Pickett sets up play action. That caught by Trimble. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
2nd down and 3. Pickett will look to throw it here. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Now Gino on 1st down. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Straight ahead, Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st down, Smith. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Throwing on third down, Smith. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Buffalo 18, cut 19, cut 19. 19 right.
Desperation time for Smith on fourth down. He's got his tight end fan. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now it's Smith. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Pickett slides down and he picks up the first. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And two big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They run again with Foreman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Foreman. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Pickett going to keep it himself. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Panthers, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.